Have you ever wanted to start a project and you just keep coming up with excuses? Or not necessarily you, your brain, your anxiety brain. My name's Nicole. I'm a spiritual life coach, Akashic Records practitioner, and a card carrying member of the Anxiety Spiral Club. Today, I want to talk to you about that sort of stuff. I have wanted to start a YouTube channel for a very long time, and I will tell you, I went through so many spirals. The first thing my brain wanted to do was tell me that we had to learn all the things. I signed up for it was a free course, but still, a free online course to teach me how to podcast. And then next thing you know, oh, podcast isn't good enough. We need to do a video podcast. Then we wanted to do a YouTube channel. Well, now we have to learn everything about YouTube. And then the second thing my brain did, once we kind of had the basic education, then it's like, okay, now we must get all of the equipment. Got to get the microphone, got to get the lights, got to get the stand. Thankfully, I didn't buy a lot of stuff, but I did get a phone holder and I did get this microphone. And I got a video editing software, so I'm still using the free version, but hey, I got that. The third thing that my brain told me I needed to do, what I must do, is have the perfect setup. Well, that one has been a lot harder than I expected because I tried the library. The library has a studio, like a podcast studio here where I live. Tried that, but it had a green screen and I couldn't figure out how to get rid of the green screen on my recording. Then I tried my living room and now I'm in my office. This is not the greatest setup, I don't think, because I can hear a lot of street noise. I've got my kid in the other room on an online class. I can hear my dogs walking up and down the hallway. They may bark. I don't know. It's very frustrating, but that perfect setup has been what's holding me back the longest, I think. And finally, I was just like, you know what, anxiety brain, sit down. I love you, but we need to do this. Like, I'm getting real sick and tired of myself here. I can't do this anymore. And I will say, though, part of it too was I was waiting for the stars align, for the astrology to be just right, for that next full moon, new moon, the eclipse. Once all these things happened, I would just have clarity, instant clarity. I would know exactly what I was meant to talk about. I would know exactly what I was doing, and just, this would be so easy. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. No. So I ended up just waiting. And that's why I say I got so sick of myself. I got to a point where it was like, I am so tired of all of the excuses and I am just ready. After all of that, I'm finally here recording my second episode. So we are trying this out. But the things that I realized is, one, my anxiety brain is trying to protect me. It's a maladaptive behavior, but she just thinks that if everything is perfect, then we can control the outcome and we will be able to do this and have it just be wonderful right from the get-go. Everything's going to be perfect, which we know just doesn't happen. Second thing I learned is that I need to remind myself there's no such thing as perfect. I actually have a magnet on my fridge that says, have no fear of perfection. You will never achieve it. And I love that when my kids were growing up and going through school, the phrase got changed where it was no longer practice makes perfect. It was practice makes progress. And that is something that I need to remind myself of. I need to, if I want to try something new, I need to start. You don't get better unless you actually start and you do the thing. And you keep doing the thing and you'll get progressively better. If you don't do it, and you can't expect that you're going to do it one time and you're going to be an expert, it doesn't work that way. The third thing that I've realized is that you have to take the first step. The universe will catch you. The universe will provide you with that next step. But you have to show the universe that you are serious and take the first step. You need to let the universe know that you heard that insight and that you are going to do something with it. And then the universe will provide more insights and more steps, and it just progresses. But if you never take that first step, the next insights don't ever come. Or you keep getting, it's kind of like the same insight on repeat, like do the thing, do the thing, do the thing. I feel like that's where I've been at for the last, 6-8 months, that I need to do this thing. And I keep putting it off. Well, I'm finally at that point where I'm sick of myself and we're doing this however it looks. And the final thing that I've really realized is this is supposed to be fun. Why do anything if it's not going to be fun? At least for me, doing this channel, this is not to become an influencer or anything like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But for me, this is meant to be fun. This is supposed to be play. This is supposed to be a new experience. And so I am trying to not take myself so seriously. And just have fun. Let my inner child out. Let's play. Let's just do this thing. And actually, as I was sitting here and I was preparing to do this recording, I went into the Akashic Records and I asked, what is this teaching me? What have I learned? What am I meant to share with you? So this is what I was told. Just do it. There is nothing outside of ourselves that will tell us it is time. That comes from you. And once you quiet the voice of fear, you shush it quiet, then you will hear the inspiration. And that is when you take action. Quiet your inner critic, your anxious brain, anxiety brain, with love and compassion and understanding. She is trying to help. It is just not in a useful way. I hope that was helpful for you. And the other thing I would like to do is to pull a card for us. I have this Empath's Oracle Healing. Let's just see if there is a card for us about this topic. What do you have to tell us? Ooh. It's like all the cards want to come out. One came out. Let's see. Interesting. It says disintegration, breaking and integrating, awakening, death of the old self. Let's see if the book has some extra insight to this card. How does this apply to us? Yeah, it was interesting. The survivor is just that, one who survives. However, within the archetype of the survivor, there are 3 essential stages to go through before they are fully realized. The first is the experience of near defeat. They are crawling from the wreckage, battered and feeling broken. The second is the period of growth, in which they learn to take back their power and carry on despite their disadvantages, wounds, and exhaustion. The third is the fully embodied survivor. With some scars and perhaps a limp in their step, they know their worth and do not apologize for they are or the accommodations they need. They are transformed, accepting their limitations while boldly living in their power. This card is about the disintegration process the sensitive soul goes through as they shed what no longer serves them. The foundation of the old self is shattered, which can be an intense experience. You might feel as though your whole life is falling apart, and perhaps it is. The old foundation was one you likely had little say in. As a child, you did your best in the world you were raised in. Now as you grow, your world is just a seed with you curled up inside, stretching and yearning to escape. That outer shell must break open so that the universe of power and potential within you can flourish. But this can be painful and scary as everything you've known starts to change. Your mind might freak out as long-held beliefs are challenged. Your nervous system may struggle to find balance through the disorienting changes. Relationships and career paths may shift or dissolve as you choose growth over sameness. Throughout this process, remember that you are a survivor. You are stronger than you know, and what feels like a break in your world is actually revealing the cosmos of magic with you. Trust the process. It is taking you somewhere. I find this card very interesting because it is really what I want this channel to be about. I want it to empower you. I want you to know that even if you've been through a tough time and a lot of garbage, you are not a victim. You are a survivor. And we need to learn how to take those experiences and turn them into, or to see the lessons in them and have them make us better, not bitter. Because we always have a choice on how we respond to things. And so even with this message today about just quieting the anxiety-filled mind who wants everything to be perfect before you take a step and you start a project or do anything different, really. That's what we're going to be talking about here. That's what going forward this is going to be about, is quieting that anxiety mind. Because even like this card talks about, I mean, our anxiety brain is an adaptation to when we were a child. Something happened and our baby brain thought, I know how to stay safe. I will control everything, or I will be a good little girl, or I will do whatever. If I'm perfect, I won't get in trouble. I won't get yelled at or whatever. And so now as adults, we still have these behaviors that our brain thinks it's still protecting us. But as adults, we find them to be issues. They cause the self-limiting beliefs. They cause us to hold ourselves back. And you know what? If you're with me, I feel like this is our year to let go of that shite. That's just, there's no more time for this crap. Like, we're over it. We're done. It's time to become fully embodied, to take back our power, be fully responsible for our thoughts, our beliefs, our actions, and to move forward. I want to say powerfully again. Just we are powerful. We're doing this. It's very exciting. And I guess that's it. I did want to share with you, I'm going to give you a toast to you. I'm having a glass of kombucha in my very pretty glass. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And to always remember to march forth and do good things. Be well.